this year for the first time since I've been at Normal. They're doing our parents organized a watch party for our players at the high school tonight. So I know they're doing that as well, but two separate places, but both groups equally excited and proud of the things that we've accomplished so far.
Well, Coach, tell me about your 9-0 team this year. What'd you do well? What was the strength of your team?
Well, Seth, I think it really came down to really three things. Number one, I feel like we had a great winter and spring and summer in preparation for the season. Two, I feel like we practiced at an extremely high level and haven't had any letdowns any week of practice this year. And three, we're a veteran in a lot of ways. We have a lot of guys that played a lot of snaps last year on the team that was really fighting for their playoff lives after about week 4. And just returning all those guys with that experience and how hard they work, how well they prepared, and how well they practiced, I think has led us to where we're at right now.
So, Coach, if I remember right, coming into this season, last year you had a quarterback situation where, and I could be mixing your team up with Normal West, so please forgive me if that is the case. But if I remember right, your team had an injury at quarterback. You had to throw in a younger quarterback, and he got a lot of good experience. How am I remembering that right for your team? I really hope I am.
Last year, our starting quarterback was Chase Weiss, who was a senior and a captain. And Chase went down with a broken hand that required surgery on the very first play of our third game of the year. And we put in his place. We replaced him eventually completely with Kyle Beatty as a sophomore. Kyle did an outstanding job leading us to the playoffs and getting us within 1 point of the quarterfinals. And he's kind of held that mantle and improved this year, and is definitely one of the many reasons why we're in the position we're in right now.
So, Coach, talk to me just a little bit as we get ready for the postseason this year. When you came into this season, was the Big 12 championship on your radar? Was that a goal your team had set for themselves?
Yeah, I think every year that's, obviously our goals are always 1 week at a time, but the first goal we set every year is to be in contention and win a Big 12 conference title. And we were fortunate to accomplish that this year. It's not easy, and I don't think you ever take for granted. You never want to take for granted winning conference titles because it's not easy. So many things have to fall into place, and that's something that we set every year is to be Big 12 conference champions, hopefully make the playoffs, and if we're fortunate or blessed enough to make some sort of a deep run in the playoffs. Those are the three things we kind of talk about all the times as far as goals.
Mm-hmm.
But once we're in the season, really, set two, it's really just week-to-week prep. It's about that week, that opponent. And if we want to be a conference title, a conference champion, or we want to make the playoffs, then the most important thing is taking care of business that week and preparing and practicing the right way.
You start the season with a really nice win over Springfield Sacred Heart Griffin, beat Normal West. I know they got you last year. You got them back this year. Shootout with Peoria High. They are pretty strong as well. Was there a signature win in those games at all for you, Coach? Is there one that stands out more than another?
Well, I think they're all, all those ones early in the year are really important. Anytime, when the beginning of the season starts, everyone's always excited for week 1. And then you're even more excited when week 1's at home. And then you're even more excited when you're playing a perennial state power, defending state champion, a tradition-rich program like Sacred Heart Griffin. So winning that game, I think, was a really big deal. But then all those other games were equally as important just because those are the things that we had to take care of to put us in the best position to win a conference title. West provides many challenges. Bloomington, Peoria High, Peoria, Notre Dame, Danville, all the teams that we played this year provide unique challenges. And I guess we kind of look at them all as signature wins because without them, you can't win the Big 12 title, and you can't go undefeated, and you can't be in the playoffs if you don't take your business that way.
You mentioned your team practice as well. They're very focused. Week 1 to week 9, where did you see the most improvement?
I think, Seth, we've really seen a lot of growth in all three phases of our game. I think offensively, all of our players have managed to get better. Our offensive line has really improved. Kyle, our quarterback, has gotten better each week. Our running backs, everybody's improved defensively. We've gotten more locked into scheme and technique. And I just feel like as a team, in order to be in the position we are now, you have to be improving every week. We talk about the mantra of 1% better every day. And I do feel like we've managed and found a way to get better each day of practice in all three phases. And hopefully that's something we can continue this week going into round one of the playoffs.
Yeah, you've not a lot of points since week 6, so that's wow, that's impressive. That is impressive for sure. That's
our coaching staff has done an amazing job. Our coordinators, our assistant coaches, and our players have just been outstanding. We're really blessed to have a coaching staff like we have, and I'm blessed to get to coach the type of young men that we have here at Normal Community.
Sure. Well, Coach, are you one to watch those projections? Do you pay attention to that stuff at all?
I do a little bit. I'm not tracking it all year long. It's fun to get to hear what people think of who you're going to play and where you're going to go. We're just excited for the opportunity to be in the postseason because not everybody gets that opportunity, and we'll see who we play. And the beautiful thing sometimes about playing in 7A, you're always playing somebody different, which is really fun. And we'll see how it pans out tonight. And we'll look forward to playing a round one playoff game at home, whoever it might be.
What do you have to do to be successful in the postseason, Coach?
Well, it sounds cliche, but we've done a really good job, knock on wood, all year. We've not turned the ball over, and we've turned it over on teams. So I think we got to continue to do that. We got to continue to play football at a really high level, offensively and defensively. I think more than anything, you got to be physical, and we got to be physical, and we got to rely on all our day one techniques and fundamentals that really are vital in doing those little things day in and day out to be successful. We've got to find ways to get balls in the hands of our playmakers. Defensively, we got to avoid giving up big plays because we know we're going to see teams that are really talented and got guys that can score from anywhere. So you really have to do everything better to the next level in the postseason if you want to win and if you want to advance.
Well, Coach, it's good to talk to you once again, and best of luck to you and your Iron Men in the postseason. We'll be rooting for you all the way. Thank you for your time as always.
All right. Thank you very much, Seth. We really appreciate the coverage.
Hey, appreciate your time once again. Thanks, Coach. Be well, and best of luck. Coach Jason Drengwitz is the Normal Community High School football coach, our guest tonight, and we continue on with more conversation with coaches. It is our annual high school football playoff show on WHOW, WEZC, and we're streaming live online at DeWittDailyNews.com. More coming your way next.
Here, Clinton Maroon live play-by-play this season